JC! Alam mo ba ngayon ng umaga, nag-push up si Marco. Kagabi, nag-push up ako.
Oh, wow.
Akala ko nag-i-exercise ka, parang hindi ka yata nakikita nagpo-push up. Baka di mo kaya mag-push up, kapatid.
Kaya, gusto mo dito.
Sige nga! Okay! Eh guys, magpo-push up daw si JC. O, tignan natin kung kakayanin ba niya talaga mag-push up.
1, 2, 3.
Wow!
Hi everyone!
Hi! 88, 89, 90. 89, 90.
Wow! Grabe! 90? Oh, yun lang! Madaya,
A few moments later.
Magandang umaga! Gising na pamilya at Pilipinas.
Hey Ricky, got your coffee.
Thanks, bro. Hey, I'm just wondering, I heard you in push-ups earlier. Why did you go from 5 to 90?
Oh, I just want Ingrid to think that I'm strong.
Why do you want her to think that you're something you're not? Don't try to look strong, bro. Be strong. Today we're going to talk about getting our strength from the Lord. Inside each and every one of us is the temptation to pretend to be stronger than we really are. And after all, in the world, it is survival of the fittest. And yet, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be strong. But what happens when we pretend to be something that we're not? Imagine if somebody came to you and said, hey, how much can you bench press? You go, I can bench press 300 pounds. When in reality, you can't. And then they challenge you to do it, what's going to happen? You're going to embarrass yourself. Likewise, at work or in life, if you try to pretend to be something you're not, when you're put in those circumstances, you're going to embarrass yourself because the truth is you don't have the strength to do that. I think in our walk with God, we can do the same thing. You ever fallen victim to the phrase, good? Hey, how you doing, bro? I'm good. If you're doing good, that's awesome. But in reality, how are you really doing? There are many scriptures that talk about strength and how important it is for us. It says, if you falter in times of trouble, how small is your strength? Whenever you're put in a position to handle something and you don't, it's because you did not have the necessary strength to do it. So what does that expose to you? It doesn't mean that you're not worth anything. It doesn't mean you're weak. It just means that there's an opportunity for you to get stronger. Anytime we try to pretend to be something that we're not, we're only going to hurt ourselves. It is the very definition of the word arrogance, an inflated perception of ourselves. But in Romans 12, Paul says you've got to have a sober view of yourself. Likewise, Jesus says, hey, I want you to be strong, but I want your strength to come from me. In Matthew chapter 11, we find an encouraging scripture. And Jesus says this in verse 28, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I'm gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Jesus says, hey, if you need strength, come to me. I'll give you strength. A lot of us want to carry the burden of discipleship by ourselves. We want to carry 99% of it on our own, and we don't want anyone else to help us. Why? Because of pride. We would rather look strong than actually be strong. But the truth is, that's crazy. Why would you pretend to be something that you're not? Why would you pretend that you're doing fine spiritually when you're not? You've got to be open in the relationships that you have, because the consequence is that you're going to hurt yourself. Like I said before, if you told somebody you could lift a weight that you can't really lift, what's going to happen when you're put in a position to lift it? You're going to hurt yourself. Why not be honest about where you're at, get the help that you need so that they can help you to get what? Stronger. And the stronger you get, the more you can handle. One of the funniest stories I can think of when it comes to this concept is back when I lived in Portland, Oregon, leading the church. I took all the staff to this incredible waterfall where you would jump off. It was about a 15-foot jump, and we would jump off into the water, and it was a lot of fun. There was about 20 of us. Well, we get there, and some people are very nervous. Some people feel fine, but there was one brother named Michael Smith who was overly confident. He's like, I'm gonna be the first one to jump off. Ain't no problem. I've been doing this my whole life. I'm gonna do a backflip. He was talking a big game. Well, we get there. The first brother to jump off, his name was David Jackson, because he was scared. He was like, I'm just gonna get this over with. So he just goes, he jumps, he handles it. Then one at a time, each person jumped off. And by the time about a half an hour gone by, we had all jumped, we were laughing. I was on the other side of the pond, and I look over, and Michael Smith is standing up there. He still hadn't jumped. So I go, hey Michael, what's the matter? You scared, bro? He goes, no, I'm not scared. I go, then jump. He stands there about a couple minutes looking down, obviously afraid. Turns out he couldn't swim. But he didn't want to embarrass himself, so what does he do? He finally jumps off. And we all kind of laugh, oh, it's funny. I get back to talking to somebody else. All of a sudden, one of the sisters goes, he's drowning! And we look over, and the water's about 10 feet deep, which for someone who can swim is no problem. But he can't swim, so he's like, he's drowning! So we swim over to try and help him out. We had to rescue him. It was so embarrassing, Burr. To this day, we still tease him. Why? Because he was pretending to have the strength that he didn't really have. Now, there are a lot of areas that he is strong, but that was not one of them. The truth is, Satan loves disciples that pretend to be strong when they're not. Because the destruction that he sets you up for is going to be climactic, and it's going to be humiliating. I've seen people fall away because they claim to have a strength that they didn't really have. Rather, let's make a decision to be honest. Let's get help from one another. The challenge for each and every one of us is to be real. Don't have the goal to look strong. Be strong. And if that means that you've got to face the facts that you're not very strong in different areas of your life, that's okay. It's better to accept where you're at and to slowly get stronger and grow so that you can actually have a sober view of yourself. And then God's going to use you and put you in positions that you can actually handle because of your humility to get your strength from God. And that is the dose. Joey, you told me if I work out, I would lose weight. I gained weight. Today we're going to talk about delayed gratification and overcoming the temptations for instant results. Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the videos. Please make sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to do Bible studies, have any prayer requests, please click the link below, and we want to help you in your relationship with God.